my Fox Hollow fam, and welcome to Baking with Fox Hollow Kitchen. I'm Dave, and in this episode we're going to do something a little more challenging. Today we're going to make French macarons, not to be confused with the macaroons, which we made a few weeks ago. Macaroons are a coconut-based cookie where macarons are made with almond flour and egg whites. They're light, puffy, and delicate, and you can make them any color or flavor that you like. They are a bit tricky, however, so today I'm going to walk you through it step by step, and in the end, we're going to have some sweet cookies to share. So if you're ready, then let's have some fun. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is take our trusty food processor here. We're going to add in 1 cup of almond flour, which you can find in the gluten-free area of your local Mega Mart. And then we're going to add 1 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. Just dump it in there. And a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to blend this together in the food processor to try and break up the bigger granules of the almond flour as well as mix it together. Okay, that should do it. We're going to take this off of here. And there we have it. We're going to set this aside while we get the rest of it. Next in our mixing bowl, we're going to take 3 egg whites and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to whip this up until we get soft peaks. Once we get soft peaks with our egg whites, we're going to start adding a 1/4 cup of sugar, a little bit at a time. And then we're going to beat this until we get stiff peaks out of the sugar. Just a little at a time. And there we have nice stiff peaks. And so we're going to move on to the next step. Next we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla and some red gel food coloring. We always want to use the gel food coloring because we don't want to add any extra water or anything like that to this. Put a good bit in here because I want a nice rich red color. And we're going to keep mixing this. Next we're going to take about 1/3 of our almond flour mixture that we made earlier and pop it in here. That's about 1/3. And we're going to gently fold this into our egg whites until it's mostly gone. This takes a little bit of doing here. Just very carefully fold this in. Once that's mostly put in, we're going to do another 1/3. And just keep going. And then finally, the last little bit of this. And get that good and mixed in. Once you get it all dissolved, it's not quite done yet. We want to keep mixing it for a little bit longer here. It's done when you can kind of draw a figure 8 with the batter, and it holds together the whole time. It doesn't break apart in the middle. So I think we are about done here. Yeah, there we go. It's a nice little figure 8 pattern. Now that that's done, we're going to throw this into a piping bag so that we can make little circles out of it. Many of you may have noticed from previous shows that my silicone baking mats have little circles on them. So today we're going to find out what the circles are for. I have a piping bag full of my macaron batter, and I'm going to pipe one little circle here, about 1.5 inches. It fits inside the bigger one, and I'm just going to do this the whole way till I finish my tray. I'm going to make nice little circles out of them. Now I can tell you that the macaron batter is a god-awful mess to work with because it's sticky and wants to stick to absolutely everything, unlike icing, but it's worth the effort. There you go. Once I've got these all piped out like that, I'm going to take this tray and I'm going to bang it against the counter about 5 times. We're going to keep it just real quick like that. And what that does is it gets the bigger bubbles out of them and it lets them sink down a little bit. And we're going to let them sit here for about ½ hour to 45 minutes until the little discs are dry to the touch. And then we'll put them in the oven. Okay, now that these have dried to the touch, they've got a little skin on them and they're dry to the touch, I'm going to throw them in the oven at 300 degrees for about 17 minutes. To make our buttercream filling, we're going to start with 2 sticks of butter that have been softened. And to that we're going to add about 3 cups of powdered sugar, a little at a time. And blend it. I'm also going to add to this some raspberry flavoring. Get a good dose of that in there. And some more of my red gel food coloring. A little squirt here. And then mix that together. And there it is. Once our macaron shells are cool, we're going to put this in the middle. Finally, I'm going to take a big old pastry bag of that raspberry buttercream, and I'm going to fill each of these sandwich cookies with that cream. That. Grab another half and sandwich them together and set them aside. And just do this till you run out of cookies. And that's it, we're done. And now for the best part, the taste test. Give me one little bit here. These cookies are a little crispy on the outside, a little bit chewy on the inside, and the raspberry filling is awesome. Hope you enjoy it. Wrapping up today, I want to thank you for joining us and encourage you to check out our friends and support channels listed in the description below. But before I go, I want to leave you with these words from Stephen Hawking. However difficult life may seem, there's always something you can do and succeed at. It matters that you don't just give up. Thanks again, and we'll see y'all soon.
If you like this video or any of our other videos,
Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and stay tuned for future shows.